Welcome to Storytime with Georgia and Amber. I'm Amber and today I'm going to be reading I Am Jackie Robinson by Brad Meltzer, illustrated by Christopher Lus. I am Jackie Robinson. Sometimes it's hard to be brave. My mother was brave, and she liked brave people. When I was born, the youngest of 5 kids, she named me after someone brave. But having a brave name doesn't make you a brave person. In fact, as a kid, I didn't like sleeping alone. I used to sleep in my mom's bed. Even when she tried to bribe me, I wouldn't leave. One of my scariest moments came when I was 8 years old. I was outside, and a girl across the street called me a terrible name. I was so mad, I yelled the name right back at her. Her father came running immediately. He didn't like that a black boy was standing up to his white daughter. We were the only black family on our block. I don't remember who threw the first rock, but the fight was me versus her dad. I had a good arm, but no one wins in a fight rock. Eventually, the girl's mother came out and broke it up. Like I said, the world can be a scary place, but even as a kid, there is one thing that always made me happy. Sport. And winning at sport. Okay, that's 2 things. I love playing everything. Baseball, football, basketball, soccer, marbles, even dodgeball. All the kids would get in a circle. White, black, Hispanic, Asian. We all played together. The rules are simple. If the ball hit you, you were out. I duck, jump, leap, and of course throw, and throw, and throw. By the time I was done, I'd be the last one standing. But the truth was, they weren't mad at me for winning. They appreciated the skill it took. Those childhood games were some of the only times I wasn't judged by the color of my skin. Still, that didn't make all of my problems go away. At the local pool on Brooklyn Park, you can only go swimming if you were white. Your skin was black, they locked you out. When people complained, they gave us one day each week, Wednesday. Every Wednesday from 2 to 5, they'd open the pool, anybody black, Mexican, or Asian. So how did you win if you feel like fighting the entire world? My mother, who worked as a maid, showed me the answer. Back then, we were so poor, sometimes we ate only 2 meals a day. To help us out, every Saturday, the local bakery would let us take their leftovers. And the milkman, back when the milk was delivered to your house, he gave us whatever extra he had. We weren't the only ones struggling for money. My mom took extra food and shared it with all our neighbors. That's how we got to be friends with everybody in the neighborhood. That was one of my mom's best lessons. When you do something good, it brings out good in others. Plus, the more our neighbors got to know us, the more they realized just how much black and white people are alike. I learned a similar lesson from the local mechanic named Carl Anderson. He saw a group of boys I used to hang out with. We called ourselves the Pepper Street Gang. We were a bunch of poor kids. For fun, we'd throw dirt clogs at cars and sweep golf balls from the local course. When he saw what we were doing, Mr. Anderson took me aside. He didn't lose his temper. Calm as could be, he told me, what Mr. Anderson said that day, it got to me. With all the help of my pastors, I stopped hanging out with the gang from there. I threw myself even deeper into my favorite activity, sports. And winning at sports, especially baseball. As a teenager, I could run so fast. A local reporter noticed nearly every game I stole second, third, at home, at least one. In college, I became the first UCLA student to ever letter in 4 sports in the same season: baseball, and football, and basketball, and track. But the same problem kept coming back. When I was in college, newspaper wrote an article about me. One of my own white teammates purposely smashed into my leg, trying to injure me. He wasn't mad about that article and said something nice about a black person. By the time I got out of the army, I still didn't matter what wasn't the best athletes in the country. If you wanted to play professional sports, you had to be white. Back then, if you were a world champ, it meant you were being a white champ. All the Major League Baseball, not a single team, had even one black player. Oh, and of course I did mention that if you were on a black team, the pay was worse, the food was worse, and sometimes the only place to sleep was on the bus. But that was all about to change. Thanks to a man named Brad Meltzer. Ricky was the president of Brooklyn Dodgers, the most popular baseball teams ever. With so many players fighting in the World War II, Ricky had a plan to filling his team. After searching all across the United States and the world, Brad Meltzer found me. Mr. Ricky told me that he knew I was a good baseball player, but he wanted to know whether I had the guts. He warned me that many white people would be mad to see a black player. On April 18, 1946, I was 27 years old. I was given a shot at the Roosevelt Stadium in Jersey City, New Jersey. I played my first official game for the Montreal Royals, the Brooklyn Dodgers farm team. Thousands of black spectators had come to see what I could do. Thousands of white people were there too, convincing that black players couldn't possibly be as good as a white one. It was up to me to prove them wrong. You'd better believe I was terrified. I didn't want to let people down. Then at 3:04 p.m., my first at-bat, I was thrown out at first. The next time I came up in the 3rd inning, there were 2 men on base. The pitcher decided on a fastball. I could still see it coming, high chest down the middle, but this time, crank! When the ball finally landed 340 feet away in the left field stands, no one could say that a black man can play as well as a white man. Someone called it home run. Others called it history. That afternoon, in 5 at-bats, I got on base 4 times. I stole second twice. I scored 4 runs. When the game was done, I could hardly get to the locker room because I was mobbed by fans. Black, white, young, old, even the folks rooting for the other team. They were cheering for me. Still, that didn't mean it was easy. When I started playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers, lots of players didn't want me there. Pitchers threw fastballs at my head. Runners stepped on me with their cleats. Catchers even spit on my shoes. And they weren't just coming after me. They told me if I kept playing, they'd hurt my son. Was I mad? Yes. Was I scared? Yes. But I never let it stop me. Game after game, I kept playing, knowing I wasn't just playing for myself. Each time, more and more people, black and white, weren't cheering. In the stand, fans were, I'm for Jackie, and slowly, eventually, we were all playing together. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, baseball, open up to everyone. It was just like those childhood games of dodgeball. Through the simple game of baseball, the country saw a new possibility, a new option. All they needed was someone to go first. In life, people tried to scare me. They wanted to stop me. They wanted to make me go away. Why? Because I was different. Each time, I wanted to fight back. But for real change to come, you need to lead by example. Being a leader takes bravery. But remember this, no one is born brave. No matter how big or small you are, there will be things that scare you. It's okay to be afraid. Just don't let it stop you. There is real power in each and every one of us. Use that power to do what's right. Use that power for causes you believe in. And most of all, use that power to lead and help others. I'm Jackie Robinson. I will always lead the way. I hope you will too. When others see your example, they'll stand with you. It's only way the world will ever get changed together. And that is the end of the book. See you next time on Storytime with Georgia and Amber. Bye!